my experience is really involved with walking the labyrinth and participating in mind-body awareness activities.
Okay.
And so my favorite story really is about walking the labyrinth, and the first 2 times I ever walked. The first was with a friend of mine. She had just been diagnosed with a terminal illness, and she was reaching out for, as I think a lot of people do at that stage, soothing ways to begin to come to terms with this transition, or introspective things that she had not really done very much of in her past. And she discovered a labyrinth, and she knew I was interested in yoga, and I had a meditation practice already, and so she knew I'd really like it. So she said, come and walk, and we went to an open walk at a place in Northern Virginia, and there were a lot of people there. I thought it was very weird. I got on the labyrinth, and fairly soon thereafter, I think I had to step off the labyrinth because somebody was coming in my direction, and I when I stepped off to let them pass, I looked down at the path, and I wasn't sure where I was anymore, and got really disoriented and just left the labyrinth, just kind of walked off, and the whole thing was kind of anxiety provoking for me. And she then stopped, and she said, are you okay? And I said, oh yeah, I'm fine. Then I just kind of sat there and watched for the rest of the thing, and decided that there was more to be had than kind of anxiety provoking situation, and came back later to an open walk by myself. And maybe it was because I was alone as opposed to with a friend, but this walk was entirely different, and it just really felt like I had been walking in a cone of light. It was just the most soothing, comforting, uplifting experience. I'd never done walking meditation really to any extent, and I stayed afterwards just to kind of bask in that glow, if you will. And as I came out to the parking lot, I thought that the major experience would have been the wonderful cone of golden white light. How much better does it get than that? And it turned out that what came next was even more incredible. I was walking to my car, and I felt as though this big giant hand from somewhere came from behind me, scooped me up from the back, and kind of joggled me in their hand, as if I were a puppet or something, as if I were a doll, a very lightweight, lighthearted kind of a, I'm sorry?
Marionette.
Yes, almost. And yet, I was seated in this hand, in this very playful hand. It was all very safe and very, very fun. And then the hand just gently placed me back on my feet, and I continued walking to my car, just giggling the whole time. And it reminded me, as I was getting ready to talk with you this afternoon, it reminded me of a song that the Swedish artist Björk sings, and there's a little phrase in there that goes something to the effect of, it's not meant to be a struggle uphill. And I think in a way the walking of the labyrinth that second time was really a turning point for a time before that when life was really quite a bit of a struggle, and my job was a struggle, and almost feeling like I was on the wrong path and getting off the labyrinth that first time. And then the juxtaposition of that with the second time, and how that lightheartedness of that being jostled in the hand almost made for a turning point in kind of not only how I approached my work, but how I approached my life, how I approached others, and that whole aspect of fun and confidence, and that's really what it really is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be fun. And so finding fun and finding humor in interactions with people and in the workplace has really helped make just my whole life a lot more joyful experience. So that's my story.
That's beautiful.